Welcome back to BVarsity Live. Zach Ewing and Trevor Horn with you in the TBC Media downtown studios. And we have been infiltrated by the Stockdale Mustangs. Just for the next two segments, actually. We got football now. We got volleyball coming up next. To my left, from the left, Elisha Ortiz, Nick Maiden, and Coach Brett Shelton. How you guys doing?
Good. What about you?
Thanks for joining us. One rule we have in here, you got to be right on that mic when you talk. Otherwise, nobody will hear you.
What?
Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Let's talk last week first. I know this is a fun topic for you guys, although at some point you got to get past it, and I know.
We're past it.
Yeah, already got to get past it, right?
We're not.
Well, let's start with you, Coach.
We're not.
How long do you allow this? I mean, it's a regular season game. You don't win a championship or anything, but it was a monumental win as far as building the program. How long do you allow that celebration to kind of go on before you turn the page?
As the coaches, we looked at each other right when it happened and said, all right, let's get ready for next year or next week. So it was ASAP. That was fun to do. Let's do it again.
You didn't even go have a drink or anything?
Yeah, we hugged each other and said it's time to
right.
get preparing.
Well, how about you guys? Did you allow yourselves at least last Friday night to sort of enjoy that, Elisha?
Yeah, well, I'll always prepare on the next morning. So, Friday night we got our celebration, all that joy. But then the next morning it's time to work when that film come out.
How about you, Nick? What did that win mean to your program? How did you guys feel about it?
Well, it contributed to us a lot, but like Ian, the coach said, we got to turn the page and get ready for the next game.
Yeah, get right on that mic when you talk. I mean, right like DJ style, right on it. Yeah, and the next game's a big one. We're going to have it live on Bakersfield.com tomorrow night. You guys are playing Independence. Independence probably disappointed with the way they played last week. They lose to North. It's always tough to lose that opener, especially when you expect to have a big year. But that kind of introduced that wounded animal syndrome, Brett, so you got to be careful, right?
Oh, absolutely. Independence, and you can see you're going to fix those mistakes from first week to second week. So the amount to grow for a team, and I mean, it's both sides. It's a double-edged sword. But the amount to grow as a team is, and that's why that week 2 is such a wild card, and you got to prepare and always prepare for everything, is they're going to come out with a little fire under them. So we got to make sure that we're disciplined and we're always focusing on them, absolutely, but their room to grow and our room to grow, we got to make sure that we're on point.
Let's talk about a little fire. Elijah, you had a little fire. Obviously, you felt like you were underdogs. You felt like you were underrated. You talk about just really kind of going to what was said at halftime, because that, I think, was the biggest clincher for you guys, because you went in, from my standpoint, you guys went in the locker room at half and changed the game plan completely, especially on offense, to kind of dictate where the ball was going to go and go against that young secondary that they had out there in the second half. You talk about just, what you guys did in there and, the emotions that were going through your mind as you guys kept scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
Honestly, I feel like we didn't change anything as far as game plan. We just went at halftime telling them, hey, this is our game. Second half, we got to finish. Last year we were in a second half team. And it's just the little things like tackling, drop balls and stuff like that we had to fix. So second half, I feel like we came out and we had that fire on our butt and we came out and fixed those mistakes.
Nick, what's the biggest change between, last 2 years and this year under Brett?
Well, this year, I feel like our team is more fired up. We actually all have the same goal in life. Always want to get better and just keep turning and having a fun year.
Elisha, I think it's easy to say that. You have some talent. You're a leader on this team, though. Does something have to happen to sort of make the guys believe that, yeah, we can be that good? And maybe last week was that something.
I just feel like we have to dial on together, make sure that we come as one team, one unit, and play for each other. So I feel like we did that, and I feel like that's how we came up with the victory.
Coach, did you battle that mental barrier a little bit with them not just this year, but over the last couple of years to say, I know you can be good, but you have to go do it?
When it, especially development program, to make a football player be completely selfless and for somebody else, and that's what we talk as coaches, and they believe in it. It's the truth. If to become a true man or to be a true football player, you got to be completely selfless in life, and your cause has to be greater than yourself. So these guys have completely bought into the aspect of being part of a team and knowing that, especially my scout guys, that you might not get the glory on Friday night, but the look that you give us in practice is going to speak volumes. So to get those practice guys ready, to get these guys, and these guys are great when it comes to talking to the team about being unite as a team, unity, to be one. We talk about the come say all the time, right? Get one stick, breaks easily, a bundle, hold strong, and they truly believe it.
When did that happen? Did it take a game to prove it to you, or did you sense it before the season started?
This is actually a couple seniors came by during spring ball last year, and they looked at and watched practice, and they said these guys talk way more already than we already do or did. Mm-hmm. So that kind of lit a little light bulb and got me a little fired up just hearing that from a past senior coming in and saying these guys are already bonded together better than we ever were last year. So that happened at spring ball.
Elijah, the black hole really kind of is it's something special. I mean, are you excited to put, maybe for the first time, in your high school career, put out a really good product tomorrow night?
Yeah. Black Hole, they always been something special. I feel like they always been supportive to the program, to the community, and not just within football, but in every other sport. So I feel like they're an important part of the team. They're just like the 12th man, and and it's fun when you get to have a big crowd cheering us on.
Nick, do you get hyped up because of that? Because that's a big thing about high school football and college football that you don't get in the NFL is you get this camaraderie. You get people that are completely engaged in this. And, these are your friends, these are your classmates. They're getting hyped up for what you do on a Friday night. Does anything inside of you kind of build up because of what how loud they are?
Yeah, they always build me up, especially Elijah. Every time he gets hyped, we just have like a bond or something, like we're brothers. Every time he gets hype, I get hype. He get mad, I get mad. So it's just that just come together as a team.
How fired up are you on Friday nights? Are you like a different person type deal when the game time comes?
Yeah, when I'm in my zone, I don't know, it's just something different. I'm always pumped. Regardless, it can be 2 hours before the game, and coach always tells us hey, keep your mind off the game, relax. And I try so hard, but sometimes I just think too far, and I get too excited. So
I think you're still in the zone when you.
No, we got an Instagram. We have an Instagram post of it was about an hour before kickoff last Friday. And they're coming in from the practice field to go do a quick warm-up on the field. And Elijah, I mean, he's right there at the front, and he's just the most hyped dude out there. So, I mean, Brett, for you to be able to have your leader, your superstar, to be the emotional leader for you, I mean, that's got to be a big plus for you as a head coach, right?
Oh, absolutely. I've talked a lot about Elisha, and I'll continue to talk a lot about Elisha. He's just a spark plug. And when I say, hey, get your mind off the game and enjoy your Friday, I do speak specifically to him, not only all my guys, but because I know he replays situations in his mind, and I'm like, don't exhaust yourself with that stuff. But when it comes to a Friday night, I tell my guys, you got to get in the zone the way that you know how. Some people get fired up. Some people are extremely laid back. He's fired up, and he gets all those guys ready to go. So it's fun to watch.
Something I kind of want all three of you guys to answer. It's great to have a big week one win and to beat a team in Ridgeview that's won a couple of championships the last couple of years. We had them at number one. Now the challenge is consistency. You got to do it every single week, or else you're going to fall off the top of the mountain. How difficult do you think that will be? Start here.
Honestly, I told the guys separately, not in front of the coaches or anything, but if we want to continue to have that joy after a win, we got to work hard from that Saturday when film comes out. Steady film and make sure on Monday through Thursday, Fridays, you got to have that mindset of, if we want to continue to win, we got to work hard. And so that's why I feel like if we keep doing that, then the consistency of winning would come through.
Nick, how about you?
Yeah, just that if we all just do our own job, don't have one less mistake, we shall win our games.
And Coach, as you know, you spend half a day being complacent because you won the last week and you just fell half a day behind the other team. So,
complacency. One of the things that I tell our boys is, what's the opponent of greatness? Good. So do you want to be good enough or do you want to be great? So we reestablished our expectations, and our expectations exactly were met last week. Now we need to exceed expectations and never be complacent. So,
on that note, Elisha, how good can you guys be? What's the ceiling?
Sky's our ceiling, honestly. Well, sky's the limit. But I feel like we have a real high chance of being doing really good things this year. So we just got to come out and work every week, make sure we're prepared, and come as a team. It's always about finishing. So we got to empty the tank, and I feel like we'll go pretty far.
Nick?
Same thing what he said. Just finish. That's all we do. We need to empty the tank, have fun, and just basically, yeah, like I said, just have fun with it.
You haven't used the words "empty the tank" with them by chance, have you? Before?
They brought that one up. That was the one they came up with.
Oh, all right. I like that.
I want to get into the
Go
Central
ahead.
Coast thing. You got a game on your schedule. You're heading out there. Was it next week or the week
I'm
after?
not even thinking about that right
Yeah,
now.
I know,
Trevor.
but no, I know, but the thing is that we just got the news yesterday from Santa Maria Times that it looks like Arroyo Grande and Paso Robles and a few other teams want to make.
They want to join the Central section.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I mean, for you personally, I mean, when you think about that, do you feel like that's the right addition for? I mean, especially for D1 when you get a couple teams like Atascadero and Paso Robles to kind of build up D1 here in the Central section a little bit more, especially in the football.
Well, shit, that was news to me, so I haven't really had to process that. All I know is when we face at Atascadero, they're very good at Atascadero. They're always strong kids, and they play hard-nosed football. In addition, yeah, they're good. And, I mean, they're a battle. I mean, we've gone tight fourth quarters 2 years in a row. Went playoffs against the double OT, triple OT with them first year we played. What a challenge.
I'll tell you one thing: we couldn't call it the Valley anymore.
No.
Yeah.
'Cause you wouldn't have a valley.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a valley
right in the middle of it.
championship. Was
Yeah.
it Mission Prep once in the
Mission
Central
Prep has been in the Central section before, and they
Yeah.
moved back. But now all those teams want to come over. So that's the interesting news. Final thoughts, guys. What do you know about Independence? What are you expecting Friday night?
Well, they're going to come out hungry. I feel like, they had a tough loss last week, so I know they're out there grinding just as hard as we are. And so they're trying to come out with a W, so it's just how we're going to spawn.
How's this game different than last week's for you, Nick?
Well, no game is different from last week's. I'm always going to just play my heart out, especially with my boy E in the team. But mostly, just going to come out and play.
You get him out for wrestling this year?
Huh?
You gonna get him out for
160s.
wrestling this year?
Yeah,
160s.
160s.
All right, I like it. Coach, how about you? What do you expect Friday night tomorrow?
Well, Independence is going to be fired up. They're going to be they're well coached by Lucas. I have nothing but utmost respect. It's our boys. We just got to make sure we maintain discipline. We stay within ourselves, do what we are capable of doing. Make sure we're only worried about the things that we can control. Outside of that, the scoreboard's going to take care of itself.
All right. Well, we will be there 7 o'clock on Bakersfield.com. We will have Independence and Stockdale live featuring these guys, and he'll be standing around yelling probably at certain points and maybe happy and sad at other points. So we'll be right back. We got Stockdale's volleyball team in the house next right here on BVarsity Live.